फ्री है ना?
थ्री प्रोजेक्ट तक फ्री है.
Okay, let's think that what is service here? First thing, service is not at all related with the dollar HTTP. Means Ajax calls say there is no relation in Angular with the services. The service means what we understand by the service. Leave about the our web technologies. What do you understand by the service? First thing.
Service means
Something we are expecting
something we are
from.
expecting from someone. Service. जैसे रेस्टोरेंट जाते हैं तो सर्विस इज गुड टू सर्व.
Yes. So service means there is the service provider. Okay, one person is there who is service providing. Whenever customer will go to this service provider, okay, he will ask particular thing and he will get the output of that. That is the main concept of the service. Okay, this service is not at all related with your web services, which everyone get confused there. So the motive of the service is give the input and get the output. That's it. And whatever the inside it is doing, it's hide from us. Customer does not know. If I will go to hotel and I will ask for dosa, okay, I don't know how they are preparing. I just want the dosa. I have given the order for dosa and I will get the dosa, right? That's the service is. Okay, first thing you have to understand. So what you can do inside, if I am going to an my bike repair, I will give my bike and I will get prepared bike. How they are doing, I don't need to worry about that. That's the key concept of the service. So in whenever we create one service in AngularJS, okay, the all consumer of that service does not need to know what is going on inside. Okay, that's the key concept of the service. That's it. Now you can do n number of thing in services. If you want to get the web service, you can call that also. Okay, if you want to do some logic, you can do that also. So suppose if I am going to hotel and I order the dosa, okay, might be they have to order some butter from the third party shop. Okay, so they will inside they are going and bringing that. I don't care. What I care, I just want the dosa. That's the my motive is. Okay, consumer motive is only to get the output. How they are doing it is always be depend on the who is providing the services. So whenever we create the service, we create always for one functionality. Okay, and what is the meaning of functionality? Just think that if I am going to hotel, I will get the service only about the hotels, means food only, right? If I will go to a barber shop, I will get the only barber shop services. Okay, if I will go to car shop, I will get the only services of the car repairing shop, so I will get the only that. So like that, whenever you are creating the services, you will also divide your services into the multiple parts, multiple modules in IT. Okay, when we do the web development, suppose I want to get I want to create services to get the information about product, so I will create product service. The main motive of this service is to get the service, save the service, or say get the product, save the product. Okay, how and calculate, if there is calculation for pricing, that will also comes under the product service. Okay, so these all things will be part of product. If suppose I will create the service for category, okay, so it will always bring me the category related with the all category. You can put n number of logic for that category. That logic is very clear. Okay, so whenever now if we are talking about service, we will not talk about the Ajax call. Ajax call could be internal part of service. It's not required that every service will have the Ajax call. No. If someone is, I given you example. If someone is creating this, might be he has butter inside in his shop, or he is also cooking the butter. Okay, so he does not need to go to any third party. That's the same logic applicable here. So you just remove that logic. Service is used for to provide the services output. Okay, and that's why we always create the service name like product service, category service like this. Okay, that concept is very clear. Now service concept is clear. Okay, now I will revise again what is directive, component and filter as you guys have requested. Okay, so first thing we have to understand in AngularJS, if we want to achieve, if you can see that there are HTML is getting repeated, okay, at least 3 times, you should think to create the directive for this, for HTML repetitions. Okay, generally the motive of the directive is HTML repetition, and then you should create the directives. Even directive is a directive has the controller also inside, but that controller will do very basic things if required only. Okay, what is component? Component is the responsible to handle the multiple directives inside. Okay, in one component there could be n number of directives or n number of different component also.
सर आई हैव वन डाउट, जैसे आप पूरा डायरेक्टिव्स तभी क्रिएट करते हैं जब HTML 3 से ज़्यादा बार यूज हो रहा होता है। तो जैसे अपन ने फुटर के लिए भी डायरेक्टिव बनाया था, और फुटर तो हर पेज में जरूरी नहीं है रिपीट हो। अगर मान लो अपन प्रोडक्ट पे क्लिक किया तो प्रोडक्ट पे जाएगा, प्रोडक्ट सेलेक्ट करके वो साइन वहाँ पर पे करके वो आगे निकलेंगे वहाँ से। फुटर
राइट, फुटर है ना, टेक्निकली क्या होता है ना कि अभी हम लोग है ना, व्हाट वी आर डूइंग राइट नाउ, वी आर क्रिएटिंग द सिंगल पेज एप्लीकेशन। बहुत छोटे एप्लीकेशन की बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना। अभी है ना ऐसा हर एप्लीकेशन है ना ऐसी नहीं होती है। अभी जो इंडस्ट्री में जब बनता है, whenever we go to industry, majorly one page does not hold the all functionality. Okay, one single page. AngularJS is also built with the multiple hybrid single page applications. Okay, so one single page application is supposed for your dashboard. Okay, where you are showing the all dashboard things. Second single page application would be for the a second single page application would be for what, your add card, delete card. Third application would be for the product add category. So there could be n number of pages. Single page application would be there in your AngularJS. Okay, but at the same time you will use the 3 single page application. Okay, in that time you have to utilize the footer directive in multiple places. Okay, and it's not necessary कि ना you have to think technically it is okay. Technically one more thing we have to always think about that the main index.html page should not be more than 4 to 5 line, excluding the JS files and the link file and metadata. Excluding that, more than 4 to 5 line, we should not create my single page apply or my index.html. Whenever it will get the download from the server, it should have only 3 to 4 line max, and all things come on either by the component or by the directive. Got it? Even that component we don't component can have the directive also, right? So we always create component or directive at max to max 3 to 4 line, 5 line. That's it, should be my index.html.
So I'm query, can component have only one directive?
No, component can have n number of directives.
But can we create a component with one directive?
Why not?
And why we are creating component? As per my understanding, for two-way binding, for fetching the data or what?
Two-way binding is available in the directive also. Okay. Fetch. Okay. So controller, the motive is totally different when we talk about the directive. The motive of directive is what?
To reduce the repetitive stuff of
HTML. HTML. The motive of the controller or component. Motive of the component is what? To communicate with the DOM and your business logic. Communicate with the DOM and business logic. That is the motive. It is the middle of the DOM and your business logic.
सर एक एग्जांपल जैसे ओपन करके बताइए।
सर वो कोड
कोड में हमने
वी ट्रांसफर पे दिया है, तो हम उसी को करेंगे। उसमें कंपोनेंट दो यूज किए हैं, एक फुटर वाला है और प्रोडक्ट।
okay, this is one example. Okay, so if you will see this component, what this component is doing,
fetching request, fetching record for products.
fetching record for products. Okay, you got it. This is what it is doing, fetching record for product. So it is communicating with the third party, which could be business or service. What it is, second work, what it is doing, it is providing data to DOM also. So it is the middleware between the your business and your DOM. That's it, is what your component or controller. What it is doing,
वो http.get मतलब product.json का डेटा फेच करके लेके आ रहा है।
it is bringing the data from outside. Okay, first thing. So there is one person here, from it is bringing the data. What else it is doing? It is giving data to DOM. So what is this? This is component which is the middleware actually between your business or your DOM.
But sir, this function actually it should be in services. Then
So
that
even the service is the third party, right? Service is the business technically. And service internally how it is calling, we don't know. So service is the business, DOM is the DOM, and who is in between component.
Okay, got it.
मतलब सर
You
ऐसे
got it.
एग्जांपल समझ सकते हैं कि मतलब सिलिकॉन बीच में है, क्लाइंट आ रहा है,
और आप हो।
आप
सर ये जो गेट
और
रिक्वेस्ट
सिलिकॉन
किया
एक बीच का
है,
डेटा
ये गेट
कंपोनेंट
रिक्वेस्ट
हो
का
गया।
पार्ट तो बाद में हम सर्विस में shift
हाँ,
करते हैं।
लेकिन वो सर्विस इज द बिजनेस
हाँ
एक्चुअली।
हाँ
बिजनेस पूरा हम लोग है ना सर्विस में ही लिखेंगे यहाँ पे। वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू राइट एनी बिजनेस इन दिस कंपोनेंट. Component is not for to write the business. Component is for the only to talk with UI, get the UI data and pass to business. Get the data from business and pass to UI.
बीच में इट्स लाइक लेयर दोनों को जोड़ रहा है।
जो दोनों को जोड़ रहा है। और उससे हमारा फायदा क्या होता है? What is profit because of that? So to understand this, I will go here. Okay, I will create one box. Okay, suppose it is showing the address. Edit at SL.
टेक्स्ट के लिए चाहिए क्या आपको? ऊपर जाइए, ऊपर ऊपर टेक्स्ट को ऊपर सबसे ऊपर जाइए। लेबल आप डाल सकते हो।
क्लिक करो ना
चलो
सर।
लेबल हेडिंग डालते हैं। चलो
हेडिंग डाल,
okay, suppose it is
डबल क्लिक कर दो।
okay, suppose it is the address, ADDRESS. Address is become my directive one. अरे अच्छा एक सेकेंड. Okay, suppose this address is one directive address. You have to put the address of the person, you have to put the address of the one shopping mall, and you have to put the address of one particular thing. Address would always be the address, 2-3 lines, right? It is not related with who is passing this. So what you will do, you will create one directive which will have only the 2-3 lines. Okay, street address, okay, city and state and country, fax, phone number might be. So what you can do, you can, if suppose employee component is there, suppose employee component is there, okay, one more I will create. Employee controller is there, and the product controller is there. Both are using the address. They can, controller will pass only the data to it, okay, and it will show into that format, HTML format. Here how it is getting the controller, employee controller, how it is getting from business, it will get the data
means from service.
from service, and he will only the play the role between to pass here to here. But why we create the controller instead of directly controller call the data? Because if I will bind one controller directly with the service, directive I directly bind with the service, they will be tightly coupled.
Okay.
Okay, if you write any code into the directive to get the data, it means they are tightly coupled. This directive cannot use with the other places. If directive can also call the service, there is no issue. Directive can call the service, but directive calling the employee service, it will bind with the employee's address only, right? But at the same time you want to pass the product also. How you will decide that? That's why there is always a mid layer.
बट सर इन आवर प्रोजेक्ट एक डायरेक्टिव यूज किया है फुटर का, उसमें ऑलरेडी हमने एनजी रिपीट वगैरह वहां पर किया है, तो उसको मैं फिर दूसरी जगह कैसे यूज करूँ? उसमें तो मैंने ऑलरेडी एनजी रिपीट इन समथिंग डेटा में ऑलरेडी मैं लिख के रखा हूँ, तो उसको मैं दूसरे के साथ यूज करूंगा।
अभी है ना डायरेक्टिव के, दिस इज आल्सो गुड थिंग, डायरेक्टिव इन डायरेक्टिव कंसेप्ट, ओके, this is the main concept of the directive component and service. You understand that? At the same time, we nowadays, what we have said, okay, we will create the directive, we will not lose our motive anytime. We will create the directive for the footer, okay, and to bring the data, we will not tightly bind the directive right now. Okay, we will create one component, okay, even this is directive is tightly bind, you can see right now it is tightly bind with your data,
right?
Okay, but even then we will keep the loosely coupled. We will create in that time also one component, and that component has the all directive of the footer. Might be no extra line, but that component will have the footer, and then you will bring the service of the footer and you will communicate with both. So even in future, suppose this directory I want to use anywhere, I can easily use.
आप लोगों आया क्या आप लोगों फुटर का जो रिपीटेशन है एलआई का, अब एलआई का रिपीटेशन में हमने बाइंड किया है फुटर का डेटा,
मैं रन करता हूँ,
ठीक है ना, एनजी रिपीट है। अगर एलआई का रिपीटेशन मेरा मेनू में भी तो हो सकता है, लेफ्ट में हो सकता है, अभी राइट नाउ इट्स टाइटली कप। अब मैंने उसमें ऑलरेडी लिख दिया है कि एनजी रिपीट फुटर डेटा, अब मुझे कैटेगरी में वो एलआई का रिपीटेशन चाहिए, तो वी नीड अ लूज कपल। वो मेरे को डाउट था कैसे इम्प्लीमेंट सर शायद